What is up, people? How you doing? I don't never get on here no more, do I? Hang on, let me adjust my camera a little bit. That a little bit better, a little brighter. Anyway, happy October, y'all. I don't never get on here no more, do I? Need to start doing this more often, dude. I know I always say that every time I come on here, but my camera's a little blurry. That's better. Yeah, what's up, y'all? How you doing? How you doing? Happy October. You believe 2023 has flown by this fast? I can't even hardly believe it, dude, for real. And I know I say that every single year. Been saying that since about 2021. Been saying that, because they just been going choom, 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 choom. Actually, honestly, from 2020 to 2023, somewhere between the middle of 22 up to 23, to me, it was just all like one big long year. Didn't even seem like 2.5, 3 years. This year's just been different because we've made such a big shift and such a big transition, So, man, I'm going to tell you what. Oh, my God. I'm sitting on some fucking amazing things coming up in the future that I can't talk about, and it's driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts. I've actually been sitting on some really cool shit since before we moved here. But now even more cool shit's coming up. And it's driving me nuts. I can't talk about it. It's driving me nuts. But anyway, this has been a crazy year to say the least. I mean, career-wise, doorways are opening for me that are unlike anything I ever dreamed in my wildest dreams. But everything on the outside of that has been such a fucking pain in the ass, man. This has been I can't even say it's, I don't know if it's been a good year or a bad year. It's been very different, very different. Let's put it that way. It's been a very, very different year. Huge shift, huge transition, and there's certain things that have gotten much better, and there's certain things that have gotten harder. And it's just weird how everything just, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it, but that's the fucking path for you, dude. But still, regardless, 2023, pew, just like all the other years, pew, just flew the fuck by, man. Hang on a second. Hold up. All right. Anyway, what y'all up to? Yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to tell the news too, man. I'm gonna tell you what. I mean, I could actually probably tell you one of the things. I mean, well, I'll go ahead and tell you one thing, okay? I'm not going to get too descriptive into too much detail, but an opportunity was made available to me before we even moved here to be on a TV show. But I don't think any of the networks wanted that TV show because I haven't heard anything from it. So that's what when I very first started talking about some of the amazing things that were coming, that was one of the things. Because I was selected to be on a reality show. And I don't know. I don't think any of the networks picked it up, though, because I haven't heard anything from it. Honestly, though, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. And I'm kind of glad that they interviewed like 10 people on Zoom readings. I'm not going to talk about the show. I'm not going to give the name of it. I'm not going to tell you what it's about. Because again, it still may happen possibly. But all I'll say is that they approached me and I wasn't even thinking it was anything serious. This is back in January, mind you. This is back in January. And my wife gets the email and she's like, "Oh my God, this looks awesome." And I'm not even taking it serious. I'm like, "Oh, whatever." Because we get all kinds of crazy, weird emails, to be on podcasts and for me to promote products. And we got to sift through all the crazy, weird, stupid emails and send them in the spam folder and block them and whatnot. And I wasn't even thinking nothing of it. I was like, whatever. Bullshit. And I wasn't even going to do it. If it was up to me, I would have just clicked delete and I wouldn't even have looked at that email. But she kept being like, "No, this looks legit. I've been looking into it. This looks legit." So she talked me into doing the interview. Turned out it was fucking legit. It was some serious fucking TV people who was interviewing. They said that I was just one of like maybe 10 people that they were interviewing. And then I thought, okay, well, they ain't gonna pick me. Well, they picked me. They picked me. Well, I did the interview, forgot about it. Then they came back to me and they said, "Okay, well, we sent all the interviews to the team and the team wants to move forward with you." And I was like, "Oh, okay. That's weird." And then once we moved here, they sent me a contract to sign. And then they emailed me one more time a couple of months ago saying that a network was wanting to pick it up. And then I haven't heard anything all year. So I'm just assuming that I guess none of the networks wanted that show, I'm guessing. So that was one of the things. And I'm only saying that because I feel like that's out the window. But man, that ain't the end of it, dude. There's been even more fucking amazing things that have been happening here lately that are even better than that. Even better than that. And I can't say nothing. I'm not going to say nothing right now. But even some things that are even better than that have nothing to do with that. Opportunities and amazing things that have presented themselves to me this year that I've been sitting on them and biting my tongue and shit. And I can't say nothing about it. But anyway, it's been an amazing, amazing year, dude. Amazing year. And, but everything in the periphery of it has been difficult. Like when we moved here, I'm talking, you name it, there's been some kind of challenge. There has just been challenge after obstacle after obstacle. From the littlest, stupidest shit, from problems with the house to just you name it, with miscommunications with everybody we're trying to deal with, and just you name it. It's just been a challenge and an obstacle. And so, but everything else career-wise has been fucking amazing. So been a really, really weird year, dude. Really weird. Such a mix of emotions about 2023 and whatnot, because in Vegas, when we were in Vegas, everything was smooth. Everything was good. That was 3 solid years of stability, peace, comfort, and happiness. 3 solid years of it. And that was the first time I've ever experienced that in my whole adult life. Well, I felt called here. I didn't choose to leave Vegas because I wanted to. I felt called here. That's been my whole path, my whole entire path, ever since the day I climbed out from under the bridge. My whole path has been a series of seeing strange, funny visions that make no sense and feeling called to do weird, strange shit that makes no sense and following it and then being like, "Oh shit, that's why I felt called to do that." That's been my whole fucking path since 2015, and man, it's been a crazy ride. But again, 2023, pew, it's already fall. It's already October. Pew, and here we are. It's like, fuck, man. I'm in California. No, I'm in Southern California now. We moved here back in March. I'm in SoCal. It's not that bad though, man, to be honest with you. I was scared. Moving here. All I heard was horror stories and nightmare horror stories about this place. I thought there was going to be fucking homeless people with their tents all down my neighborhood and goddamn people looting stores and robbing shit and cutting my catalytic converters off my car. Ain't none of that in this town. This is the most quiet, peaceful town with no crime. I have not heard one siren outside since we've lived here. Not one. Not one. Not one. You know, police cars, sirens, gunshots, the shit you hear whenever you're living in an area that's rough. Don't hear that here. You don't hear just random sirens. You don't hear that shit. I have not seen one homeless bum in this town. Not this town. Now we go outside to, you know, some of the other San Bernardino, and yesterday we went to Hollywood and took my daughter to see the Walk of Fame because her old soccer team from Vegas traveled and played a game in LA yesterday, and the coach's daughter had a birthday party. So they miss my daughter so much. They're wishing we would come back to Vegas, and because they want her back on the team, you know. But they invited my daughter to the birthday party in LA yesterday. So we went up through LA and yeah, we saw all the homeless and all that crazy shit. You know, we went to Hollywood and just to show my daughter the Walk of Fame and the stars and whatnot. And then, in LA, places like that, it's a little bit scary, but I thought it was going to be the whole state of California, and it's not. It's not. We're about 30 minutes south of LA. And this is so quiet and peaceful here. You know, the only thing that sucks about it, it's expensive. Oh, it's expensive. Oh, it's expensive. It's expensive, dude. Oh, it's expensive. Fucking in Vegas, the house we had in Vegas was 3,500 square feet or 34. 3,500 square feet, and we paid $3,500 a month rent. This house is 2,100 square feet, and we pay $4,600 a month rent. You know how much it cost to get my car registered from Nevada to California? $4,000. $4,000. $4,000 to take my BMW and transfer it from Nevada to California. It's expensive. So if you want to live here, you got to have a fucking abundance mindset, dude. You got to have that abundance mindset or you won't make it here. You'll drown. You will drown. You will sink to the bottom if you live here. If you don't know how to be in that abundance mindset. Other than that, that is a pain in the ass. And gas, I don't know how much gas is everywhere else, but last time I looked here, it's like $6.50 a gallon. You know, it's expensive. Oh, Cali's expensive. So if you don't have an abundance mindset or you've been struggling on developing an abundance mindset, I would say wait until you have some confidence with that before you come to California. And again, I don't care how much money you have in the bank. I don't care if you make $100,000 a year or $1 million a year. If you don't have that abundance mindset, it's a mindset, and it's your relationship with money and how you feel about money and how you perceive money and the feelings that you have and the frequency that you're on in regards to your financial abundance. If you don't have that mindset and you move here, you'll sink to the bottom and drown. Oh, it's atrocious. So anyway, though, other than that, man, it's not all that bad. Not as nearly as bad as I thought it would be. And I was scared to death. For real. Hang on a second. All right. I am just blabbing my ass off, ain't I? Anyway. Anyway, yeah, just wanted to hop on here and put some content on here because it's been a couple of months since I've been on here and ran my mouth in the morning. And every time I get on here, I say I'm gonna start doing this more often, and then I forget and I don't do it for weeks. Yeah, it's October, man. Finally, my favorite time of year. I tell you what, man, the holidays in Vegas. I don't know what it is. I do know what it is. My childhood, when I look back, now I didn't have a bad childhood. I was born into a really, really toxic, abusive situation. I was born to a 16-year-old mother and an alcoholic 23-year-old father. And that was a mess. That was horrible. So for the first couple of years in my life, I've read the court documents. It was atrocious. We don't need to go into details about that, but me and my sister were taken away. She was an infant and I was raised by my grandparents. By the time for me though, a lot of damage had been done for me, a lot. I had seen some shit that little 2-year-olds should not have to see. But my grandparents gave me the fucking best childhood that I could have asked for. But I was screwed up in the head and I had a lot of demons attached to me and I didn't create the best childhood for myself, even though I was given everything a child could need, want, or ask for. I wasn't in the right mindset. I didn't create a good childhood for myself. I was bullied a whole lot, never had any friends. I was an outcast. I just did my childhood. I was a very miserable person. But throughout my childhood, when I look back on it, for some reason, the way my memory works, the most vivid memories that I have were from the holidays because the holidays were awesome when I was a kid. That's not the only time, but one of the very few times that my whole family would come get together, my whole mom's side of the family, and we would have good times, especially the Christmas season. And it was just fucking awesome. It was amazing. I love where I'm from. It would snow. It doesn't really snow that much there anymore for some reason. It's weird there. But when I was a kid back in the 90s, there in the southern Indiana, Louisville, Kentucky area, it wasn't uncommon at all for it to snow. So it'd be the snow and the fucking commercials on TV with the Christmas shit and the decorations in the stores and the smells, and every year me and my grandpa would go cut down our own tree. So me, my grandma, my grandpa, and my sister would all drive to the I guess the Christmas tree farm, if you would call it that. I don't know what it's called, and my sister and my grandma would wait in the car, and me and my grandpa would walk out. We would pick a tree, we would cut it down with a saw, and we would drag it back to the car, throw it on top of the car, and take it home. And I was raised real old school like that, dude. Real old school. And when you have a real tree in the house, it fills the house up with that pine smell. So I'm a sucker for that pine smell. It reminds me of my childhood. So now as an adult, every year when it comes around to this time of year with Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, it's my favorite time of year. I'm just one of those people that I love it. And it breaks my heart when I hear people say, "Oh, I hate the holidays. I fucking hate Christmas. Oh, I can't stand Christmas." And I would always be like, why? How the fuck could you hate that? But if you get them one-on-one, everybody I've ever met that says that, you get them one-on-one, you get to talking to them, you end up finding out they actually, had a very like abusive upbringing, like much worse than my upbringing, besides the first couple years of my life. And it'd be like, oh, every Christmas my family would get drunk and fight each other and then beat the shit out of me and knock the Christmas tree over or something horrible. And I'm like, damn, man, that sucks. That fucking sucks. From when I was a kid, the holidays were fucking awesome, dude. Awesome. And everybody in my neighborhood would fucking deck the halls with Christmas lights and decorations and shit. It's just fucking amazing. So now every year, right around this time of year, I get like the warm fuzzy feeling because it reminds me of that back in the 90s. And for me, it was a fucking amazing experience. And in Vegas, though, dude, Vegas knows how to fucking do it. I'm going to tell you what, with the Christmas lights and shit. Dude, Vegas is just amazing. Every fucking house is decked up with all these amazing lights and shit. At least in the nicer side, in the nicer ends of Vegas where I was in Henderson. I lived right down the road from Mike Tyson. So that was kind of weird when I found that out. So it was nice upscale end of Vegas and whatnot. And every fucking house was covered in lights and amazing shit, and it was just fucking amazing. And I'm hoping that it's like that here. I'm hoping that it's like that here. I don't know though, especially here in this town, because this town of Chino Hills, the last time I looked at the statistics, 60% Asians. And I don't mean just Asian Americans. I mean Chinese. They came here from China. Like they can barely speak English. Like the people who own the owner of this house lives in China. The maintenance man. When the maintenance man comes here to fix something at the house, we have to pull out Google Translate and type what we want to say to him, and it brings it up in Chinese to show it to him. You know? And I don't know what their culture is. So I'm not sure if they celebrate the way we do. I don't know. It's very fascinating. I think it's fucking interesting as hell. So fun to sit back and watch, especially like me. I'm into like bonsai and shit. So I think those kind of cultures and whatnot are very, very fascinating. Japanese, any Asian culture, I think is so fucking fascinating. They're so amazing. Such fucking amazing people. So fascinating, So living here is so interesting to like walk into like the Chinese restaurants where all the real Chinese people are not only working there, but sitting in there eating. And it's just so fun to sit back and watch. It's so fascinating. But anyway, I trailed off. I'm not, and it's 60% Asian here in this city. It's 60% Asian, 20% Hispanic, 20% white, and 10% black. Or wait a minute. Is that no. 60% Asian, 15% Hispanic, 5% black, 20% white. Whatever it is, it's overwhelmingly Asian. And I don't know how they celebrate here. I don't know if they do the holidays and do Christmas and shit like that. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. But anyway, I'm wondering how it's all going to be around this time of year. I'm looking, and not many people have Halloween decorations up. That was another thing in Vegas that they did. And in Vegas was a fucking melting pot though, dude. My neighborhood was a fucking melting pot of all kinds of people. We had us, of course, and where we were living, we had a white couple that lived across the street from us, a Mexican family behind us, a black family 2 houses down from us, and then around the corner there was the Middle Easterns, and they would wear their turbans and everything, and there was a whole melting pot of everybody you could possibly imagine. Every fucking race that exists on the planet was in my neighborhood, and you would see it. Asians, there was an Asian family there, but they all did like the Halloween decorations. Fucking Halloween, and my neighborhood in Vegas was fucking popping, dude. It was popping. I mean, people would get those big fucking like, you ever go like the at home store and you see those 50-foot tall Jack Skellington, huge 50, 60-foot tall. But that my neighborhood they would do that shit. And they would go all out. And I'm kind of hoping that they do that around here too. I'm hoping so. I'm just hoping that the holidays here are as magical and awesome as they were in Vegas. If they're not, I'm probably going to be a little bit bummed out because I love this time of year, dude. Love it. Anyway, I'm blabbing. Yeah, it was fun. I would love to be able to get a real tree again, but now Now, knowing, I didn't realize back then how dangerous that was. Matter of fact, Christmas Day 1998. I'll never forget. I was 10 years old that year. Christmas Day 98. I got rollerblades for Christmas. So I go outside, I put on my rollerblades, I'm going up and down the street, and I see this big, at the end of my street, I see this big cloud of smoke. Christmas morning, big cloud of smoke. And I came in and I said, hey, I think something's on fire out there. So we all jumped in the car and went to the next neighborhood over, and somebody's house was engulfed in flames, dude. Flames shooting out the windows. Somebody's Christmas tree caught fire. So my Christmas tree caught fire. Those real trees are dangerous. They're dangerous. I mean, and we even had one of the old school, you know, it's a stand that you put the Christmas tree in, but it's weird because it has this bowl under it that you put water in. You got to fill it up with water. But even at that, even if you dip the trunk of the tree in water, it keeps it alive a little bit longer, but it gets all dry and hard and crispy and shit, you know? And one little spark goes up in flames. And I remember Christmas Day 98. I don't know who the people were. I don't know who it was that lived in that house. It's nobody I went to school with or anything. But yeah, that would suck, man. Wake up Christmas morning. So I don't know if anybody out there ever randomly happens to see this video and you lived in New Albany, Indiana, and your house caught fire Christmas Day 1998. I saw that. I saw that. I just lived in the next neighborhood over. I don't know who that was, honestly, but and it was like straight out from a scene from a movie too, dude, because the family was just standing in the front yard, the parents and the kids, and they were just standing there with their arms around each other, staring at the house. You know, that's like a scene from a movie. It was crazy. They were just looking at the house, standing in the front yard with their holding each other, looking at the house, watching it burn. Everybody running out of their house, running down the street like, oh my God, fire trucks coming and shit. It was crazy as fuck. Yeah, them real trees, I guess, are dangerous. But back in the 90s, I don't know. I think nowadays they probably have better like technology, you know, to where the Christmas lights won't like spark like that, I guess. Like if some kind of short happens or something like that, that it would probably short the whole thing out, you know. I'm assuming, I'm guessing. I don't know. But anyway, I'm probably going to hop off here in a minute, y'all. I just wanted to get on here and say what's up. Just wanted to hop on here and put some content on here and say what's up. But yeah, happy October. Finally got out of that Mercury retrograde we were in there for September. That one was fucking heavy, dude. Fucking heavy. So glad that one was over. Anyway, so about time to get to work today. I guess I got to do the weekly forecast at some point. So, for those of you, I don't know if you caught the what I told on my last All Signs video, I think, maybe, or one of my regular sign videos, that we made up our mind what we're gonna do for the October reading sale. Because now that we're coming into the holiday season and the economy sucks ass, we're gonna be doing special deals and sales every single month. You know, and for October, we decided to put the mini readings back on there and cut $10 off of them. So I'm probably about to get slammed because I got $40 mini readings, dude. I haven't done nothing that inexpensive since 2019, you know, but gotta do what you gotta do, man. Gotta do what you gotta do. It ain't getting no easier on people out here. So I'm probably gonna be working. Probably gonna be pretty damn busy for the next couple of weeks, but it's all good, man. That's what we're here for. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, y'all. I just wanted to hop on here and put some content on this channel. I don't know at what point I'm going to be on my main channel. I don't know what the plan is for today, if we're going to do any family shit or anything like that or whatever, but I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day.